Back to my channel. Here I also have this question to solve on the construction of ellipse, and the question says that the major and minor axes of an ellipse are 120 millimeters and 80 millimeters. Construct the ellipse using the concentric circle method. I will read the question again. The major axis and the minor axis of an ellipse are 120 millimeters and 80 millimeters. Construct the ellipse using the concentric circle method. So let's look at how this can be done. So we are constructing an ellipse and we are using concentric circle method, or we call it concentric auxiliary circle method. Okay, so what we are to do first is to draw a horizontal center line. So we have a horizontal center line like this. Okay, then we are going to draw we're also going to draw a vertical center line. So we draw a vertical center line like this. Okay, so we have the vertical center line like this. Okay, all right, so having drawn this, the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to divide the minor axis into two. So the minor axis is 80 millimeters. So we divide 80 by 2, and that gives us 40. So we take a measurement of 40 millimeters with the compass, and then we put the pinpoint here, and then we draw a circle. So we draw a circle like this. So here we have this circle. Okay, then we also divide the major axis into 2. That is 120 by 2. That will give us 60 millimeters. Take a measurement of 60 millimeters. So putting the pinpoint here, and then we draw a circle again. So the circle goes like this. Okay, so we have the circle like this. Okay, we have this. Okay, so what we are going to do now, having drawn this circle, we are going to divide this circle into 12 equal parts. We are dividing the circle into 12 equal parts. So I'm going to make use of my set square to do that. I'm going to make use of the set square to divide into 12 equal parts. So with the set square being set like this, okay, so I'm going to draw a line through this center of the circle, and then it touches a point on the circumference of the big circle and also that of the small circle. Okay, then I will also draw like this. Okay, so we also have it touching a point on the major circle and minor circle. Then next thing is, so we set like this, and then we are going to draw a line so through the center of the circle, okay, touching the major and minor circle at a point on the circumference. And then we also draw like this. So draw like this to touch this, and also to touch this. All right, so we have the point on the circles. Okay, so I'm going to number the point on the circle. I'm going to call this point, this is point 0. Okay, so this is point 1. This point is point 2. This point here is point 3. So this is point 4. So this is point 5, and then this is point 6. So this is point 7. This is point 8. Okay, so this is point 9. This is point 10, and this is point 11. So it is 12 equal parts. So we have 0 here. So and then so I'll call this point here on the big circle, that on the major circle, I will call it point B. Okay, I will call this point B. While this point here, this is point 6, I will call it point A. So point A and point B, they are the vertices of the ellipse. They are the vertices of the ellipse. Okay, then I'm going to number this point here. Now this point, I will call this point, this is point 0 prime. Okay, this is point 1 prime, and this is point 2 prime. So this point is point 3 prime. Okay, this is point 4 prime, this is point 5 prime, and this is point 6 prime, this is point 7 prime, and this is point 8 prime. So this is point 9 prime, and this is point 10 prime, and then here we have 11 prime. Okay, now so for the minor axis of the ellipse, so this point D, I'll call this point, this is point D here, this point is point D, and this point here is point C. So CD is the minor axis of the ellipse. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is very simple. Just follow me. So what we have to do now is that on this point 1, okay, so point 1, point 2, point 4, point 5, okay, point 7, point 8, point 10, and then point 11, we are going to draw horizontal axis. So for this one on the right side, we draw horizontal line, okay, sorry, horizontal line, we draw horizontal line to the right side here, while for this one on left side, we draw horizontal line to the left side. Just look at what I'm going to do. So coming here to point 2 and 4, so I will draw horizontal line to this side, okay, and then here we draw to point 4 to this side. So point 1 and 5, I will draw horizontal line to the right side, and I will draw horizontal line to the left side here for 5, and then for 7 and 11, okay, I will draw horizontal line to the left side here. For 11, I will draw horizontal line to the right side. Then for 8 and 10, I will draw horizontal line to the right side for 8, to the left side for 8, and to the right side for 10. Okay, so having done that, the next thing that we are going to do is that for point 1 here and point 11, so we are going to take vertical line up, vertical line down. For 2 and 10, we also do the same thing. And then for 4 and 8, so we do the same thing. For 5 here and 7 on the major circle, so we do this. So we have done that of the minor circle. We draw horizontal lines for that of the minor circle to the left, to the right side, and to the left side. While for the major circle on the point, as I said, we are going to draw vertical line down, okay, and then the one down here we draw it up. So let's see how that can be done. So we take the set square. So here I'm going to, so for 111, so we draw a vertical line up. So for 1 to touch the horizontal line, and then we draw down to touch the horizontal line. Then for 210, so we draw a vertical line to touch the horizontal line, and we draw it down to touch the horizontal line. So we come to this side. So for 4 and 8, so we draw a vertical line up to touch the horizontal line. So we draw it down to touch the horizontal line. And then for 5, 7, so for 5 and 7, so we draw horizontal line up to touch the horizontal line, and we take it down to touch the horizontal line. So here we have, so this point where the lines meet, so they are the point that we are going to join together with the use of French curve. So I'm trying to make sure we can see the point very well. So as we have here, okay, so it goes like this. Okay, so then here we have this point, and then we have this. So now, so with the French curve, we are going to join the point together. So we set the French curve like this, okay, along the point, okay, with the vertices, vertex B. So we set it well, okay. So I can draw now. So we draw from here. So going in this direction, though I am using left hand, okay. So I'm using left hand. I'm using left hand, okay. So then we also turn to this side. So we also turn to this side. So I will draw from here. Okay, so we draw from here. All right, so we have drawn this. So next we turn it down here, and then we draw, okay. So we turn it down here, and don't forget that the curve must pass through point C and D, because that is the minor axis. So we have to draw like this. Okay, so okay, this didn't touch, I didn't see the point clearly, so I have to, okay, so we turn it to this side, okay, turn it to this side, and All right, so we have the ellipse in place. As simple as I've done it here, all you have to do is to practice. When you practice it, you become a master at this. Thank you and God bless you.